All right, Coach Lawson, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations, obviously, on a great season so far. Hope you enjoy your time in Columbus. And we got a mic holder here on the corner here. If anyone has any questions, raise your hand, please. We'll start with we can start with an opening statement from you if you'd like to.
We're excited to be here. Looking forward to what I think will be a great matchup with Richmond. We know them a little from having played them our first game of the year. Obviously, both teams are a lot different, or I should say, improved. A lot improved, maybe not a lot different from the first game. But they've had a tremendous year. 29 wins is impressive. We've played A-10 teams a lot over the last couple years, and their quality and their competitiveness is a high level. So it'll be a challenge for us to try and contain them, their balance, their shooting, certainly. Their efficiency is at a really high level.
I'll ask you that is unique. You played Richmond the first game of the season. Obviously, both teams are very different at this point. Just how unique is that, and how does that at all affect the way that you prepare for this game?
I think it helps that we have some tape on them in terms of their coverages and what they did the last time. I also think coming off the ACC tournament where we were playing teams the second and third time, that helps as well because your players are used to seeing an opponent for the second time. So that probably gives a little bit familiarity from the scout and standpoint. The thing for us that's really important is not to concern ourselves with the fact that we won the first game and think that that's a given that we'll do it again. That's not how basketball works. You start over at the next game, and you have to be ready to play. So we've talked a lot about coming into this with as fresh an approach as we can, so that we are locked in on the things that we need to do to give ourselves a chance to win this game.
Jalen Manning, Duke Athletics. Coach, you guys have had about a little over a week off between the end of the ACC tournament and between the start of the NCAA tournament play. What do you have a chance to work on during that week?
The first thing we did was just take a few days off. When you get to the end of a long season, they need a little bit of a break. And so that's what we did. We gave them a little bit of a break. We were fortunate to be on spring break, so they didn't have to go to class, which was nice for them. And then we just tried to continue to layer what we do offensively and defensively and clean up some of the things that we felt like we needed to improve on so that we could be ready for the tournament. So it was a good stretch of practice, but they're ready to play. It's a long time to have a couple weeks off, so I definitely think they're ready to play. Hopefully we're not too rusty out there.
Coach, one of the things your players talked about was playing in the ACC. You see a lot of different styles. You see a lot of different kinds of players. Maybe if you could just talk a little bit about how that potentially helps you prepare for an NCAA tournament situation, and then also maybe preparing on a short turnaround between round one and round two as well.
Well, we certainly hope that we'll have the chance to play on a short turnaround. It means we played well and we won the game. I think this team this year, there was a lot of newness for them. We lost 7 of our top 9 from a year ago. 8 of our 11 are freshmen and sophomores. So we're one of the youngest teams in the ACC and in the country. And I think we played freshmen the most minutes in ACC play of any other school. That's being really young in old sport. We're in old sport right now with the COVID years. There's a lot of fifth years playing and fourth years playing. So things came at us really fast in the beginning. It was a lot for our players and young players specifically. And then our older players were thrust into new roles, and that was a challenge for them. And I just think over time we gained experience and we gained some maturity, and that has led us here. I'm thrilled with the season that we've had. Certainly, you would like to win more games. You can always look back at games and say, I wish we'd have won that game, or I wish we'd have won that game. But considering what we returned and what we had to build from the start, to be sitting here right now in the tournament when a lot of teams are at home, and to have a chance to keep playing is something I'm proud of our group, and makes me excited, in the future and beyond as well, with a group that gained a lot of experience this year.
Coach, all but 3 players, this will be their first NCAA tournament experience, so obviously there's a lot of excitement and, looking forward to it. But what have you been telling them so that they've, remain on task and stay focused on the task at hand in Richmond on Friday?
Well, I try not to tell anyone to curb their excitement, because I think you should let people be excited. I don't want to be the coach that robs them of joy and excitement of an experience. This is an experience they'll never forget, to play in the NCAA tournament. So I think you just embrace all of those feelings and just remind them that they have a job to do. They have a role on our team, and they're going to have a role in our game plan. And it's really important that they know it and that they go out there to the best of their ability and try to execute it. And so we just try to stay really focused on what their role is, what job they have, what they need to do to be able to do well and help us win a game. And that's what we've just reiterated with them. And to be honest, it's not much different than the regular season. I think that helps too. When you can control, when you can control some of the things, we can't control everything in the NCAA tournament, but the structure of our practices, how we present our scouts, like all of that is formulaic and is similar to what they've had in the regular season, and hopefully that gives them that comfort to be able to have some of those same things.
Coach, you had a lot of experience on your roster last year. When you changed many pieces this season, what do you learn about yourself as a coach as you go through the growing pains of a new team, and what do you learn about some of the younger players who have come along and helped you get here as well?
I think as a coach, to be successful in this environment, you have to be malleable. I think that's an essential quality. You can't stick to one thing, one way, all the time. Each player and each team demands different things of you. You think of different people that you work with, or if you have kids, different kids, they demand different things of you. There's certain things that you need to give them. You need to love them. You need to challenge them. You need to do all that. But they're going to demand different things of you. Certain ones might drive you crazier a little more than others. Certain ones you might need to be much more direct to. Certain ones will take a directive and be able to execute it on their own without much help. Some need a little more oversight. And so you really, it's just about managing people and teaching also, not just managing, teaching. When you have a young team, you do more teaching. So probably the biggest difference from last year, where we had a lot of seniors, to this year is in the beginning of the year especially, we taught more. That took up more time and practice than the other drills, and we had to stop and teach. And I wasn't annoyed by that. It's fun, actually. There's a joy that comes in being able to teach freshmen how to do things. And what I've learned is they can handle it, like just because they're young. Don't discount youth because they haven't been there before. If it's hungry and it's competitive, challenge it and it will respond.
Anything else? All right, Coach, thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thank you.